We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 4th day of November 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, if you remember last week Friday, the country been celebrate the World Food Day. Also, government's been going to Cambia district together with development partner them. Also, the president be use the opportunity for launch the 2 years anniversary of the Feed Salon initiative. And they been talk about waiting they don't do so far inside this 2 year pan the Feed Salon project. So we're making this edition of the Breakfast Show today, where they can look at this 2 year of Feed Salon, and also the president we see a launch the $105 million livestock and livelihood development project. Waiting this project today, but all of that you gonna know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, as we all know, President Bio in second term mandates are the big 5 game changer them, and Feed Salon now one of the big 5 game changer them, where it been prioritized during the time where it be the campaign for a second term in office to Salon people them. And inside in first term it be also prioritize agriculture. In fact, the president be task all in government official them say everybody for go into farming. Well, 2 years since President Bio been launched the Feed Salon over the weekend at Cambia, the president don't go give the 2 year report to Salon people them. Also is say one of the main initiative them behind the Feed Salon program now for make sure say Salon people them grow waiting and they eat and eat waiting and they grow. 2 years, they don't go give the reports how this particular initiative don't solve the angry problem na the country. You can know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And self the livestock program where it launched when $105 million supported by the Islamic Development Bank, the OPEC Fund, and also other partner them where they support this particular initiative. You can know how this get for work for Salon people, especially the farmers them na Cambia and Port Local districts. Remember, I say you say for the watch week, go get the opportunity for send we text message through the number +23274200545. You can as well text we on the comment section. Now, any of the platform there we they watch with this morning, where they continue the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. All right, from that court reports there, where they can down a studio. Earlier, I will tell you, say today, where they can look at the Feed Salon 2 years report, where His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, over the weekend, he been go present to Salon people in Cambia, and Seth, he be do this presentation during the time where the world they celebrate the World Food Day, and we be see Usai farmers them all over the country been gathered in Cambia and showcase some of them farm produce them. During this particular World Food Day event, the president been present the 2 year report of the Feed Salon initiative, and said it been launched a $105 million livestock project winner for support farmer in Cambia and Port Local district. This project, according to the president, now the ISDB, the Islamic International Bank, the OPEC Fund and IFAD, now they support the government of Salon for roll out this particular project. So we can talk about the livestock project, how we get for work, the beneficiary them, and whose changes government expects say it will bring to the agricultural sector. Now the studio, we get the presidential spokesman, when Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan. Good morning, Alhaji.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers.
All right, as we all know, the Feed Salon initiative, now President Bio, one of the leading program them under the big 5 game changers, when in second year manifesto, where it be used for campaign, the tender way it be wants let Salon people re-elect him for be president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Well, 2 years under the Ministry of Agriculture, they don't lead this particular project for implement them. And one of the main idea them during the same way President Biobi they explained to Salon people about this initiative. He said it want let Salon people then begin eat waiting and they grow and grow waiting and they eat for let them become food sufficient. Women say the country forget sufficient food of local produce them. Well, we can look if the president 2 years down the line, he don't achieve this. And what he puts inside in reports. We can now to you, Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan. 2 years down the line, President Bio joined it away, he be the campaign for re-election. He presents a manifesto to Salon people, the big 5 game changer. The feed Salon, now one of the major components them of the big 5 game changers. 2 years down the line, are we there?
Well, we're getting there. Good morning again, me people them. The Feed Salon, my 5-year project. It start 2023. And it will end by 2028. Another period there, Naim President will say by that time, we will don't become almost food self-sufficient. And we don't get there. Because in the 2 years alone, we don't start this year alone. We see, say, production of local produce, especially with staple food rise. It don't rise by 18%. The projection have been 10% per year, now we want. For this year in 2024, now 18% the rise. And we see the impact of that on the price of rice already in the market. We see the impact of that also on the price of onions, because we begin to grow onions now again. So we see, say, the Feed Salon is getting there, and President in statement for say, we for eat wetin we dey grow, and grow wetin we dey eat. People they follow that because it makes sense. You're nobody not for depend on somebody else for go plant wetin you dey eat. Suppose you not plant or a plant you not do. So that's not the thing. So we believe say the Feed Salon they're on the right track. It's moving in the right direction. But wetin have been the objectives? I mean 5 objectives when they launch them. First objective now import substitution, i.e. for reduce dependence for bring chop from outside for things that will be plant now. And the major import will be get and the rest will they eat. $200 million a year. That in a big plenty money for we country we not get so much. And money we every year $200 million. We will not get to the pool and we send them to farmers in Thailand, to farmers in Vietnam, to farmers in China, Pakistan, India. For let them go plant rest where we able plant now, where we get the ecology, where we get the rain. If this is November, this morning is the rain coming again heavy. So there's no shortage of ecology and the inputs from the natural environment for let we able for plant we own rest now. So he said, let's find a way for see if we can reduce this. So this year alone, from 2023 to 2025 today, there's been a drop of about $15 million in the import of rice. In 2023, rice importation was $177 million. This year, now 159 in 2024. So in 1 year, we don't drop all over $22 million from imports. So that is a step forward for try for substitute. Again, another thing we do when Yabas business being tranga for we say, why we not go plant an area? For a very long time, people they talk about lunge Yabas, but it's been done at the rudimentary stage. Not been the what they call the subsistence level. People let me they plant an animal for what they eat. So about 2 years ago, with the support of government, PC and Sons, then go in a Lunge area, in a local Masama, a village called Mateng, and go open a big Yabas farm there. And we see the produce from that. And that changed the dynamics of the cost of Yabas in this country. So you don't show, say, when we decide, say, we go do things for ourselves, we go able for make sure, say, we able feed ourselves. So I believe, say, Feed Salon for me, although we not get there yet because now time-bound things, it's 5 years, we don't do 2, we expect, say, by 2028, the import substitution, import of rice could not reduce by 50%. This year already at 10%. If next year another 10 by 10, by the time we get there, it will be 50%. So I believe, say, the objective, number 1, is working. Then the other one is boosting export earnings. Which would they export now in terms of agriculture? We not export less because we not get enough. Although people, they do them in the black market way, then they get some go Guinea, get some go Mali, this and that. But that is not recorded in our books. What do they record now? The export of cocoa and coffee. In 2022, the export of cocoa was only about 5,100 tons of cocoa. In 2024, just 1 year after the feed Salon, the export of cocoa rise from 5,000 tons to 20,227 tons. So you see, say, it's increasing by leaps and bounds from 5,000 to 4 times. That is a 400% increase in the export. So all that now the encouragement from the Ministry of Agriculture. That's why we get a dynamic minister, Henry Musa Paka, which one have been called himself. Let's say can't talk now because I ain't get the figures.
Self-available.
He go make himself available next time, I'll tell you. I'll go and talk to him. That it is important make he can talk to the public because he's a brilliant young man. We're able to do what the president tell him, and he go able to tell him a lot more about this than I can because he really is an expert and also a hands-on minister where he don't visit almost all the chiefdoms of this country. I have seen him in so many farms where they go. 2 weeks ago, we did out in a farm together. We go cut rest. A place called Makari, chiefdom called Makari in the Bombali district. We cut rest there on a 2,500 hectare of farm way. One of the brothers, I always tell you now, I live in America, they come every year, they come plant rest, 2,500 hectares with 15 tractors now you get. There are 3 harvesters and all. Almost they tie up and the rest now because so much that the 3 harvesters no able. For them, give them an award and call us Saliu Kanu. No relation, but it's a Kanu like me. So the people work very well. So the minister, they do very well. So the minister in export earnings has happened. The other one, job creation. As I've been saying today, when I tell you, I say 70% of the rural youth are employed in agriculture. That no mean say they're in an office. That no mean say they're in a factory. They're in the private employment themselves. They keep themselves busy. The people then upline, na them village. Then they go na farm. You go just na my village na Mabonkani this hour. You know they meet one young man na us.
Then people and they are just want to ask you where the president's been the talk na Cambia on Friday. One of the two make mention is he say the Yeri people and they say where he promise the feed Salon them feel say na for just take food, put on plates and eat. For na the people and for do the work. Exactly. So in all of this, 2 years down the line, whose role people don't play towards the feed Salon?
Thank you very much. I just don't tell you the successes in the rice production. I don't tell you the successes in the onion production. I don't tell you the successes in the export of cocoa. For let cocoa export increase, it means there's increased production. And cocoa no they increase if mortal man no put hand. And we don't have the mortal man, and the young people. Old pale kemisu, and I able pass I go to Napa, they watch, I say, but cut and they put this and that, this and that. But those people who actually where they do the job, now the young people, and I think it's about at least 15,000 of them are involved in agriculture. This past way we know about, we bring this kind of boost not just in cocoa but in general agriculture. So the young people themselves in the villages, they are really attuned to the buying call. You see, I always give an example of the villages after Binkolo, the Bombali district. When you are going to Kabbalah, believe me, after Binkolo, when you pass this hour, you know go see one young person at home. Man or woman, they know it. They're all in a swamp. They're all in a field, they work. Till you reach Kabbalah. When in the evening you come back, you just see them. They don't come on a farm. They don't change. They don't. So that tongue will be empty in the morning where they go. They don't follow back with young people. So they hold them phone and they lose it. They wear them designer clothes and they go up on the and almost take it from me. When you run on that road from Kabbalah, take Cambin Colonial McKinney. Almost every house has electricity. Then get a small generator. Then go they play their music. Then go they watch their TV and all that. Because they work. They go to the fields. Even the school children. When then they go in the morning, then get home. I don't see them. The road. When they're coming back, they go on a farm, go join them people there for work. So the motivation is there. And those kind of people, I give that example because I wrote there the frequent time. It happens also on the Cambia Road. It happens when you do go on the Bow Road also. You see the thing in there. It is only us here in these big cities that, well, okay, Freetown, you go say, land no day for let people in plant Naimek. But we say land day, the young people are engaged in agriculture. And especially with the boosting way the President Bill they bring to agriculture, in terms of looking for funding, in terms of looking for projects where they help young people, women especially, the rural banking and all that kind of thing. It is really, really working for us. So I think it is the right thing for me. Sierra Leone is not an industrialized country, an agrarian country that is now farming who depend on mostly over 70% of our people involved in that. So which means 70% of the youth in upline, they're inside there. And if they're there, they're able to boost their productivity and production by the strategies and the methods and the support where President Bill in government they give them.
Talk food salon in numbers. 2 years, how much will they talk about in terms of production?
Well, I told you, you could have brought the Minister of Agriculture here.
I tell you also say,
Yeah, I know. I tell
don't
you.
extend several invites. They come.
No worries, my friend. I'll go and tell it. I say you need to go there because you have a story to tell. And people want to read that story there. Dr. Henry Musagbaka, if you're watching this program or listening or somebody tell you, please at some point come here and explain to the people the kind of work we do for we. You know, see, you know one for can sing your own story. Who will do that? But me don't set the when I am your head information man. I don't come past them, but I can show you that if you come here, you can do a better job than I do. Okay, the impact of agriculture today. We don't expand lowland rice ecologies. I want to say then swamp them. There's 73,000 hectares that we don't cultivate. Then we irrigate 30,000 fields at Tomabom and Bondapi. Industrially, we don't increase rice yield from 1.9 metric tons per hectare, where we get today 1.9 metric tons. It don't go to about 4.0 metric tons per hectare. That's about over 2 times. Double, you understand? And achieve production of an additional 400,000 metric tons of milled rice for self-sufficiency. 400,000 metric tons of milled rice. When I say 400,000 tons, 20 bags, 9 are 1 ton. So 400,000 times 2 is 800,000. And times 4 is about 12 million bags. 1.2 million bags of rice. Now we don't, at least the one day we government able for track and monitor. So it's working, all right? In the Yabas business, we don't increase cultivation area by 4,000 hectares. We don't reduce import by 50% today. We may say 10% annually over 5 years. So if you don't reduce 10% last year, 10% this year, by the time we get to 2028, which is 5 years, the 50% go reduce. So that will change things. I just spoke to you about the cocoa and cashew and coffee. Export earnings have increased by 50%. 10% annual. So you're talking figures. The job creation. I spoke to you about the youth being out there. So at least 35,000 formal jobs. Formal. That is the one that we employ formally within the pay. In agriculture, in various places, private, government, this and that, it's about 35,000. So that has increased. That is what we intend to increase by 2028 formal jobs. But as I said, the agriculture, not the sink for help we deal with unemployment in Sierra. It's the sink because everybody can do it. There are scientists in Slurry where they help with. There are seed production centers in Slexa at Mile 91 where will help you for show you which kind of soil you need, which kind of seed you go put, that kind of thing there. So now we are certifying seeds. And the most important thing we'll get for know again, in terms of achievements, this year, we will not import 1 seed rest for plant. Not 1. All of it was produced locally by local farmers and certified by Slexa before they went in. And I can tell you, I believe that there's going to be a bumper harvest because I don't harvest one of my farms, which was quite good. I'll get over 250 bags on milled rice. Now, today or tomorrow, we wait for start. for go to the second farm, or they look for a harvester for go there. So there's a lot of activity all around. In fact, the problem with people in get now are the harvesters. Everybody wants a harvester. The farms are so big that cut work in cotton with the scythe and sickle. Look, they work again because the rest go spoil in the field.
This success story with the girl of the feed salon 2 years down the line. Outside the major farms and we produce the rest them, for example.
All over the country, especially in the lowland areas, the Boli lands of Bambali Chiefdom, the Boli lands of Kambia district in Konimaka, the Boli lands in Bamaya Chiefdom, the Boli lands in Samu, the Boli lands in Mambolo, the Boli lands in Lokomasama, the Boli lands in Port Loko, the Boli lands in Bundapi, the Boli lands also in Tomabom, and those in Moyamba. In fact, Moyamba, it's a place down the in Kailang, and then can first get new rest. Then they harvest around August. Only that this year, Mambolo will beat them because I go Mambolo July, I meet them the cut rest. July, I meet them the cut rest. So all of those areas, then they produce rice. There's also upland rice, where government, they really try for discourage because of deforestation and all that kind of thing. And they want the people then concentrate more for working at the lowlands and the IVS, that is the inland valley swamps, what we call Eyam Pantimne. So, and then the swamps. So that is the direction government, they direct people. So that upland, we go try for the plant tree crops rather than, because growing rice upland involves cutting a lot of trees, and that they lead to climate. So we're also working on climate resilient agriculture.
With all the huge number there, we don't give on the production from the Feed Salon initiative 2 years reports. The thing where a lot of people, they ask question now about that anytime where government official them come out to the media, then they give huge figures. But the access to some of them produce their own, they say, 9 farmers them produce. It's very limited when you go to the markets. Sometimes it can be, but it's very expensive. Also, the missing link there. Why the numbers and the show like there's an increase, but the accessibility limited?
Good. Accessibility limited because the production for now is not enough for all of us. Say supply and demand curve. I'll tell you that. But that is why we are improving every year. Like the Frenchman, they say chaque jour un peu plus. Every day, a little bit more. And that is what we are doing. But now you can tell me, say, rice price, local price commodities. The chief now, Magbema Chiefdom, Kambia district, the Kambia town itself, Paramount Chief, by Farmer Tas, Bubuangbak II, in his statement, he said the cost of local rice, which was last year about 1,200 leons for 60 kilogram bags, because we only local rice now 60 kilo, not 250, for 60 kilogram bag, it don't fall to something like 900 leons this year for now. And by January, it will fall more. Maybe we'll go to 700 or 750, which is, it's usually much more expensive one. It gets a better quality than the one they import. It is fresher because the one who they import, so they inking on the 3, 4, 5 years before we go buy and brag, I don't in a store. So when in I don't get weevil already inside that. But this one is fresh from the swamp, from the Buri land, from the upland rice. When they mill them, it tastes better. And of course, as they say, it's lower in diabetes causing compounds. So it is better for us. So it's higher quality than the way they call it. And the people are looking for it. I make the scarcity day. Any side they put in the grab and quick. I make the same. Supply and demand. When the goods are scarce, the prices rise, and the demand rises too.
Why you talk about higher quality? The other day we reported in a different markets in Afriton for go assess, especially the salon rest, how they are available at the market. One major concern will come from both the one way they sell and serve people we can go for buy this rice. Now that they can prefer the imported rice because it clean. In terms of processing the salon rice under the the feed salon. Waiting at the provisions and way they for ensure so way the rest they come at the market. That complaint of the salon rest dirty make them not the buy them, then prefer forget the imported. Waiting at the provisions ready for that. The processing.
Government don't put a lot of money in rice mills now. We don't get several rice mills in various areas, 7 industrial rice mills, and I think about 10 or 15 others where they are around in strategic locations. The milling of the rice is going to be improved by a project called Rice Value Chain, where then they can put in a Potloko and Cambia, which will cost about $75 million, which is already approved by IFAD and Islamic Development Bank in Potloko and Cambia for improve on the quality of rice. First of all, for now, people the way they cook wala rice, they know they so complain about stone and the rest again. First in a stone. But now we dry them, na drying floor. First in a road, na streets that are grown, we put them stone and did it, and when they go mill them, you will not get the stone. But now the milling machine and get the stone, they remove the stone. But some people talk about clean rice. You know why people like bulgur? Because bulgur is brown. It has bran on it. That skin we left, we do not filtram, that is, they not polish them. Now they help you with reducing the incidences of diabetes. So we local rice, wala rice, which is usually brown in color, has a higher level of bran and compounds where they help you for reduce the incidence of diabetes. So it is a higher quality. So when you buy rice, if it's too clean, and for what is small, and the one way they come overseas, they clean too much. I make some people know they eat them. Then go buy bulgur or wala rice, especially those where you get propensity, tendency for get diabetes and high blood pressure. So it is medically better for that. So when people then talk that one day, but it's easy for cook. People don't like easy things. Because that rice is white, it's just the wasa I put inside one time. But we own way brand can we get for wasa maybe once or twice before we're able to put it inside. But me, I like it with the specks of brown on it, me own rest. When I go to you for go eat now for make brown rice so that I go able to eat them better. White rice scares me.
If you talk about a particular initiative, 2 years, it's possible now for it become accessible. But when they talk about the feed salon, access now still a challenge. Also, you see, say the ministry or government need for make improvement, for make sure say people access some of the produce them, because if you say salon people for eat waiting and they go, it means local produce them where they come on at the country for the markets.
Good. That make we all for go to the market. Now the farm make we go work. A lot of us. The waiting government get for do now for include the method of cultivation, mechanization, increase it. You just see all the increase why they talk now because we bring in machines, we bring in tractors. We even train 175 youth in Potloko, Cambia, and Senehu for operate tractors and maintain tractors. So you need the manpower for that. You also need the inputs, i.e. the fertilizers, which now import with the import them. And fertilizer, something we all man want in the world. So there's a queue as to who gets it first and that kind of thing. And us countries like us are usually the last to be considered. And then, of course, the seedlings. We not agree farmer go plant seed no more, we're not certified. I make we get the certification station. Now, mile 91, where President just opened for improve the seed quality. And also slurry, where now in the scientific body for study how for improve rice varieties, cassava varieties and all that, and make them much more productive. It don't launch new products. It don't launch 7 new rice when are newly developed by them. varieties in Sierra Leone and register 7 new one them. We then develop other side, but we don't register them as certified for the use and access. So we have 14 new varieties where they come. And each of those varieties go surpass that 1.9 metric tons we they cultivate, say, last year. Now they do about 4 metric tons. And the aim now is with these new rice varieties, we'll get 6 tons per hectare. So there will be a lot more production for even the same area of cultivation where we cultivate. But like I said, it's not going to be accessible immediately to everybody within 2 years. It will take time. I make the project a 5-year program. We are 8 million people, including the baby themselves. Some mama then rest pap, then they give picking for it.
So with all the Feed Salon initiative, why citizens still they cry angry? Why don't they grumble, say things are hard? Why don't they grumble, say food no day?
Food no good for them from heaven and for them. It is not manna from heaven. They get for plant and grow and wait for they grow. Last year, as I tell you, will be the import of $177 million of rice. I mean, in 2022, 2023. In 2024, now 159 million. We don't put them down, which means 25 or so million dollars of rice. Now, yeah, we produce them. We not bring again. So as the production increases, now so they reduce. And as they increase, now so price they reduce. And the more people go into farming, the better. So it takes time. Rice, they take time. Like the one we plant in April, May, and now we cut them. When they cut them, there's processing. The processing before it go to import. So it takes time. So, but every day you want for it, me want for it every day. So if it is not there, like now if I come on here, well, I not eat breakfast, so eat. If I go back, go eat. If I not eat, I must cry, I'm angry. You know? So that is the situation.
Now because you get time for it,
other
they
people
make you
also
the
get
one
them,
for
but
go
it takes
eat.
time to fix it. Even if I have it, they get for prepare them. So I must feel angry. It takes time. There is a time element.
Which means President be unable for Feed Salon it.
President Bill not tell you say they can feed Salon. He said they launch a project for let we feed we safe. Feed we safe means let we work for we safe. Grow what you they eat what we they grow. If you not grow, how you want eat? So now we have started growing again to increase what we know they produced before. So, but like I said to you there, you know expect them for letting go cook the rest camping for you now.
But if make the mechanism.
But that is what I'm explaining.
If we bring in programs,
that is what we are doing.
If we make the farmers them get the right equipment,
that is what he's doing. Isn't
you just
it?
talk about the cultivation
I just told you like a WFP. They mean they buy rest overseas for school feeding and all that with the supply now. Now 40% of the rest within the buy now they come out. Right now in stock, they get 40,880 bags, we know about 12,000 farmers in 7 districts that they produce that one day inside the country. So WFP not get for go back to China for go buy rest. They are already. They will take that. So it takes time. So it means the methods and the strategies where President Bill in and in government they put in place and in the Minister of Agriculture they put in place. It's working.
How determined is President Bio for ensure say in much talked about bread and butter issues where we want for sort out, it become achievable. People then begin see them.
I think say Yusuf, from which I don't tell you, you don't begin to see that there is improvement. And that improvement there, na small it come. It's 18% increase in production from last 2023 to 2024. That is already a step. President Bio promising a 10% every year he want for increase. So that by the time it go 5 years, he go on to 50% increase. But already last year I don't do 18%. Suppose this year I does another 18%, not 36% down there. So instead of 20, it don't surpass in targets. So it means he's determined. And those people working with him are determined. It will take time. You will not be able to see it immediately. Even when you cook safe, you rest safe. As you put, I get wait for let boil, for let you cook before you eat. It takes time. Everything is time dependent. It doesn't happen abracadabra immediately. For see you pass a magic wand and something appears. No, we have to take it step by step to get there.
You think say the public is being unfair with government expecting high, especially when we come to the Feed Salon? The expectations high?
No. The government, the people always have high expectations from any government. Even in America today, they are complaining. high expectations from government, from people. You as a politician, you expect it. It is how you manage those expectations. And the management of the expectations, now President Bio, they are expecting 100% increase today. But he has delivered 18%. It's better than zero. By the time we don't harvest this year, it will be 36% or even 40%. That is even better than when it was zero. So people who understand things, who want to be patient, will know that we will get there. But to say the people are being unfair, I know they talk say people are unfair.
If government feel like people expectation too high, this response we they give so a difference from what you go here, where you go outside. Let me take for example. The statements where the first lady make recently, where somebody asked and where they make one of the statements, somebody asked from the crowd, say they want eat, they're hungry. Her response was, the one way they say they're hungry, na APC them. Like politicizing the concerns, genuine concerns where they come from the public.
Okay, I know they read that statement there. But I'm sure it is an off-the-cuff statement, really mean. Make I tell you, as a government, expectations from your population, from your public, they can be sky high. And their expectations, they didn't make you in a government because you came and said, look, I will help you manage these expectations. Now you make them choose and President Bio for say, he can manage these expectations better than Samura Kamara because Samura Kamara has been in a situation, in a government, which did not manage those expectations the way we wanted it. I make them vote for him. Now he don't come, immediately say the main public the problem we'll get, it was first human capital development. We don't left that one. They don't put now, you say in number one, na feed Salon. Because as they say, a hungry man is an angry man. So you want to make that person the anger not meet you, now for Fenway, for any God. But for say everybody has to be fed immediately as he says so. It is not magic. It takes time, and he is managing those expectations.
You think President Biodo able to manage the expectation of the people then well, especially with the Feed Salon program where it roll out now so? And one question we don't become so prominent that people them mouth lately, and the question is how far government they with the Tomabom Rice project?
Good. In Tomabom, 30,000 hectares of irrigated IVS swamps, which means rain season, dry season, we will begin plant rest day. But our infrastructure, it will take time for make them able for make it work. You get to put channels. Where you put the channels, they're made in concrete, and then you flood them, and then you make the water make it go into the fields for you. So that takes time. And because it is an infrastructure, you get for bilam, like a roads, like a channels. When they dig them, when they don't dig them, they don't pass the channel them, like a network of channels for what they call. Then you go expect, say, Tomabom, the rice development project. Go come on stream. Now the picture I try for see because I saw it. I saw it at the camp.
How
take
long
time.
it go take governments? Because since President Bio in administration take up office, now then same thing at the citizens on the year. Whenever the question of the Tomabom rice come up, so is it going to take forever?
It's not going to take forever. You see this? That's the irrigation process. See the channel them. But look, this camera, can you see that? No, the camera, no. The camera, they see me? Camera, they see me? All right. That's the channel. You see? Now, they the people in the Wakaso. Now, kilometers and kilometers of that will they make. For let water go flow. Every year round. Dry season, April, March, we go plant rest. So, we're not going to plant rest where rain come. No depend on rain no more. We go plant rest, even where dry season there. Now they call irrigated agriculture. Now they give you the sustainable agriculture, climate resilient agriculture. Now we depend so. And these are kilometers and kilometers of this for 30,000 hectares in the first phase. The second phase, another 30,000 hectares. And I mean, they give you calculations just now. That is for the IVS, 4 tons per hectare. So if we get the 4 tons per hectare for 30,000 hectares, we get 120,000 tons of rice.
So is it that the Tomabom rice project not get a timeline?
I just conclude when it's 120,000 tons of rice.
It not get timeline?
Of course, you get timeline.
Waiting
Of
at the
course you get
project in timeline.
Well,
because
I am sure
it's been long overdue.
No, it's not overdue. This is 2023.
Yes.
Today is
From when
2025.
President Bio take up office, this Tomabom
This started
project,
with the feed salon. This Tomabom project been
it don't day.
It been there within a government.
Well, they talk about now President Bio in tenure.
No, if you're talking about his own tenure, the time he told you that he was focusing on agriculture, not 2023, feed salon.
No, he talk about 2023 during he talk about agriculture during the first term. In fact, now the well of parliament, during the state opening of parliament, now they task all government officials, they all for going to farming and they all for own farms. President Bill prioritized agriculture from the first time, not just in second
Thank
term.
you very much. He prioritized agriculture from the first time, but the strategy was that every government official for go plant rice and agriculture for increase their own production. But so, me and I make I get farms at the inside there. A lot of us are doing that, but that is not enough. Now I make it come. You say at that time, for the first time, it was human capital development. I end up being number one. Now he say, okay, so I'm changing. I'm going to put the priority on feed salon, and this was 2023 when he launched him. When he launched him in 2023 to now, we don't see the changes. We don't see the improvement. We don't see the activity. You asked about Tomabom. I just showed you the work that is going on. It's a solid infrastructural work there. As you can see, in the river channels in the Mexo. We go get water, the flow from the, is it Moa River or whichever river is from the Mano River, down there into the swamps all year round. So it's going to improve agriculture no end. I just told you, if those 30,000 hectares each give us 4 tons an hectare, it's 120,000 tons of rice from one area. And when we go into the second area, it will be 240,000. By the time you know it, by 2028, in the 5 years we Igiwi, I am sure that if you go for import rice, it will be minimal.
So that photo you show the viewers in just now, since June 2021, when President Bill relaunched this Tomabom rice project, now that work didn't no more happen, June 2021 to now?
I just show you part of the work that has gone on. Apart from just putting the channels, the work of preparing the fields is there also. There are other activities that are going on in Evidenco. We know deeper irrigated agriculture. We're in an inland valley swamp. Then they produce rice. So this is just part of the Tomabom project. I just show you, we see what it happened with the irrigation and all that, and I showed you that. But there's a lot of work that is going on in Tomabom. I think, say, the other thing I get for do, maybe I forget one journalist one day, when the Minister of Agriculture is going, let go do videos and make them a report.
Get access. On a way you get the information, say the minister is going there, you will go there as a journalist.
Thank you, Daddy.
But now where the ministry seem like when they work in isolation, they make even on our work difficult.
Okay. The ministry is not working in isolation. The problem is, I think I give advice the minister. He needs a PR, public relations officer in the ministry. I don't think there's one. Dandy for able for the camp all the time for highlight within the ministry to do. But the ministry is doing so much. There's so much going on in the ministry that when you look at their catalog and all that, you see the plans that are on, the activities that are on. You see, this is the Slexa seed certification. This was done overseas before. We've been the import seed rice from Ghana for camp plant rice now. Now we are not importing anymore because we are producing. So there's so much is doing. There's the stores, the stockpile stores, and all that. All of that. Rice harvested last year. They're still doing at some of the stores where WFP then set up. You get rice hubs development where I just told you about the rice agro processing zone, Napotloko and Cambia of $75 million. There's so much going on.
Much going on.
Yes.
And the numbers them of the harvest that we don't get this morning. But yet still, issues of anger then at the country, because even President Biosef acknowledged that na Cambia. Now this, don't just play the video of President Bill will make the statement, they'll go come back, then you go address some of these things where the president talk about. Okay. Don't just watch the video quickly.
Okay. Plenty man, wait to make the happy all the time. Now when they're angry, they're not one for talker. So they make one match for everybody. If you don't get in bomb and money, when I eat your man they eat. I swear, the whole day, that's mine no more. Plenty man, they wait to make their hearts keep warm all the time. Now when they're angry, they're not one for talker. So they make one match for everybody. If you don't get in bomb and money, when I eat your man they eat. I swear, the whole day, that's mine no more.
All right, that's a video of President Bill. They talk about why people are angry, why people are in the vex, because some of them not can get in words bomber for it, and they come under serious criticism from this particular video from people who will be feel like say the president in some kind of way they tease people because himself no say people are angry, food no day, people don't get access to even 1 square meal a day. From union analysis, speaking on behalf of the president, what exactly President Biobi they try for talk inside that video?
They accept reality that exists in the country, as it exists in every other country. No country know the way angry the person know the. Everybody, every country get angry man. But to everybody, they eat full up angry every day. So he's accepting the reality, not sincere president, not honest president. But he's doing things for it. If you've been folding hand, in order to do something, for me, that is a motivation. That statement we make now for motivate people, for let we go plant them. How we go expect for make we the bell full all the time? When our other person in the plant for we. Where they get for put on a ship for Briancam. The ship cost money for Briancam. So it will be expensive. Now that make it they say, let we do what we need for do now. And the funny thing is, now the money they go to come out, for go give them for let them plant in their country. Because that one bag rate we can buy. Now then they convert to dollar, they send to them for go buy back, let them bring more. Which means then they go give the farmer part of it for letting go work. So why that money they not for left now? That is why President Bill is saying the private sector, and this time it includes the rice importers. Like how the onion importers, they say, we don't take them with PC and Sons, them, that's one and all that. Say, make themselves go get involved in producing the yabas in the country. The rice importers, get for begin get farm. In fact, I think say it will get for be a way to call them the Minister of Trade. They for call them and say, but look, this restaurant that they import, some of that money, when I take a go plant rest inside the country. You should do that to help the government. Government doesn't have the money, all the money to put it in the field. Now make it say, let the private sector come inside. And the private sector is coming in. It's coming in.
So President Bill consider the concerns of hunger as being legitimate?
Of course. Now you make you put feed Salon as a project. Now you make it make as a priority. Hunger is a problem anywhere. But the president wants calmness in this country. You hear me say? It translates literally, the proverb will say, a hungry man is an angry man. They say some man is angry. Not because they angry, they vex because angry they pan them. So if you want to calm that down, now for main strategy, president not to him for go plant rest. President not to him for go cook rest put on a table. But for show we how for that, for help we for make it easy. Facilitate. Now that is the try for do. Now make it find ways for bring money into the country. Find ways for bring experts into the country. Like if I then get this rural banks, rural agricultural banks, anybody who want for farm, you go there, then get the rural banks, then go lend you money for there you go plant. Then you go back, you go pay away, sell. And the interest rates are far different from the commercial banks and all that. And that's IFAD is doing that. IFAD is the International Food and Agricultural Development Organization of the UN. And they are getting involved in everything, you know. And in fact, even going away from rice and all that, they even now, they go put some money for we into poultry and animal husbandry and all that. For that, we just get a balanced diet in the country. So, and we are not sitting idly. We defend ways, President defend ways for eradicate. But even by 2028, when he left, he's not going to eradicate hunger. Hunger will never be eradicated completely Unless everybody plant with you, they plant it in your own backyard and all that. You go pick it. Like how people let me they do apply na put local. We get backyard where then they plant cassava and they plant potato and they plant pepper and they plant it when they see for cook. Now be yard and they go pull things them. But that has stopped. Most people have stopped that. Even upline. They sit down how they wait. Because of the importation. First time we would plant rice in this country. We they export them. Before and just after independence. We they export rice. Can be a way to make the president go there. Now be in the main area for produce rice, for feed the country, and export overseas. Mambolores, Samures, Walares, all that been there first them. I mean, they export them. This flour mill owner, the city, we don't turn to flour mill. Now be rice mill. Long years before even maybe some of your fathers when we are going to school. Now rice mill. With the process rice now near the port, they put on a ship and they carry on to other country. That was because our farmers were, but when a lot of the farmers, they left. They went to the diamond. A lot of the farmers, now the Wala area, go to the diamond, including my father. My father left. He go dig diamond at Sedu, you know. And the young people left. But now we're trying to attract them to go back there. When they go back, it's because now diamond your own business don't they go down. Even now in Kono, agriculture in India, cocoa and coffee. And they're planting a lot of it.
The livelihood and livestock development projects where the president's launch, we now $105 million. How will it look like?
Well, that's first of all, there are policy directives. The first one is a poultry. We don't do enact. The aim is to produce enough eggs in this country so that any school picking the way they feed. We not only just they give them rest, we give them 1 egg per child per day. 1 egg. I boil the boil, I'm only fry them. You just boil egg, then better. Then, of course, this project also go regulate the grazing. How people and the men and cow, where they know they interfere. And then go big fence for the cow, and then paddock them and all that. Then, of course, then the homegrown food for schools would expect for increase the meat in terms of poultry and chicken. So they are going to invest in animal medicine with a veterinary. They're going to invest in better pastures and increase training of herdsmen and all that. So it's a whole package where they don't plan for this $105 million. It's only for livelihoods. Sorry, livestock and then livelihoods. Livestock, of course, are for men the way they, but the one way they men, they also need something for keep them alive. Now make them say livelihood. So they'll find ways where they support them for get their own livelihoods. Why the cow then they grow, why the goats then they grow before they reach them for begin to sell them or slaughter them or something like that. You know, so it's a sustainable, integrated project.
How do you go for WhatsApp in terms of benefits? The one that we currently day into that business there.
Well, at the moment, poultry is doing well. Poultry in Sierra Leone, the increase of production for local eggs is don't go by 20%, which means we don't reduce the import by 20%. And now people the way they in poultry already, and those who want for DD, now they get for apply. They will apply to an organization called the FSRP, Food Systems Resilience Project, part of the Ministry of Agriculture. We now go assess the applications. Now then go and look at the establishment where you want for set up and all that, and then they give you either a grant or a loan of a low interest or something for making a go start there. It's $105 million. It's not going to be enough for everybody, but it's a start. So a lot of people will be applying for that.
President's farmer as well.
Yes, it is.
How productive in farm and waiting in the grown in farm?
The first one we know is that he has a farm now near Mashaka. He gets fish farming there. It rear tilapia fish. It rear That one I can cook. Put it in column. Catfish. Catfish. Huge ones. One carton of 15 kilos. It's 400 leons. Call them 400,000. I don't did it one day. I know we call her harvest too. I could call her fishing. Because I fished in the pool now at time. I did it. I see them pull 200 cartons of fish. Now I know. And that already is about 8 million leons, if you're not past 80. 400 times 2 is 80 million. If there is a shop also where the main shop where they sell, the dealer, Lumley, where they buy that fish there, and then they sell them. So that is one. The other thing where they grow there, na cashew. But the cashew, you know, harvested. But I know see he has a 1,000 acre cashew farm, Nabo. And that one, it only due for harvest. I know also that he did something like 1,000 hectares of rice on his own, as a farmer, not as a president. Bonte, Tomabumde area where he cultivate, and that is also, I believe, still don't begin harvest because the time don't reach for harvest. So the president involvement in agriculture is both personal and also a direction for a lot of us for farming.
That's about say the quantity where it grow. Is it for commercial purposes or not for just in family it grow?
Yeah, you're not going to eat 1,000 hectares of rice for a family.
So it comes to the market.
It comes to the market, yes. The fish also comes to the market, I just told you. I did it with them, pond them. And one day, 200 cartons of fish, 15 kilos each. 2 times 15 at 30. So that's 300 tons of fish.
What about
inland? They not go in the water.
3 weeks
Nobody will
ago,
drown.
3 weeks ago, we heard about the bio cassava.
Yes.
What is it about?
It's a new variety of cassava developed by SLARI. SLARI stands for the Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute at Rokuper. And it is one of the premier high-level scientific research institutes in Africa. It started as a West Africa Rice Research Station, Rokuper, long ago. But when they set up the IATA or IITA in Ghana, we took it over and called it the Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute. This is where a lot of incubation of top scientists started. When I all hear about late Professor Monty Jones, where in 2004, a Sierra Leonean, now he win the World Food Prize, for which they list him as one of the 100 most influential people on earth in terms of science. And even the work, one of the scientists from there. And when I read about the just outgone president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akiyumi Adesanya. Now, Rukupuri bin the work. Now, they himself studying agriculture, well, developing agricultural science and all that. From there, President Obasanjo take him and make him Minister of Agriculture. Because of the skills we don't get in that place then. He give him a task of making sure that Nigeria reduces its independence on importation of rice. And give him a budget of $2 billion. Nigeria get money. Budget of $2 billion. So by the time he left, Nigeria cut the import of rice by over 50%. Now, because of that success, in fact, when he win the election for being the African Development Bank president. So, SLARI, now an incubator. When I go there this last time, we'll go launch the new rice varieties. And the cassava variety, one of them, the Mada Bio, cassava. Now, improved varieties where some of them, not to the tick, cassava not by tick, they plant. They cut the tick, you plant them. This is not the cassava himself. And the woman, the cassava way they buy for it, 9 in the plant. So it sprout faster. And it grow bigger. So you don't get to wait for the stick for sprout, for turn to cassava. The cassava himself 9 in the plant now. They have developed it to that point. I made them call it the mother cassava. So it's a name that they just gave it. They could have called it the Liberty cassava. But
programs there so for boost agriculture, one would wonder who side the smallholder then they waiting in the get in all of this.
I just told you that 400,000 metric tons of rice. Now, World Food Program buy them, WFP. They buy them from 12,000 different farmers in 7 districts. These are the smallholders. And they go and buy aggregation. So that is where they are. They have a market for their rice. They have support for their cultivation. This government, I don't go with the former Minister of Agriculture to Mile 91 in a place called Komroba in Mamila, Leoneans chiefdom. And then go cultivate hectares and hectares and hectares of bully land, free of charge, done by government. Then give the population, then give them food for work. All they have to do now for weed. Because then put the rest of seedlings for them, then put the fertilizer for them, and they even harvest for them. 40 people to 2.5 hectares. 40 people to 2.5 hectares. 2.5 hectares is 7.5 acres. So by the time they harvest, whatever is about 2 tons per hectare and all that, they'll have 15 tons of rice. They share them among themselves. And 15 tons of rice, almost bags landing at 300 bags for 40 people. So one person will get at least 25 bags of rice. So if not for it's no more safe. For a year, a family of 10. Now 1 bag then they eat for a month. So it means for the year, then go get 12.5 bags left for make them sell. So this is how they empower people. President Bill, they empower people. I've been there. And that's not the only place. There are places also in Mankara. There are places in Potloko, Bure chiefdom. Usai FSRP, they work with the World Bank for empower local farmers. Then they pay for the tractors. Then they pay for the fuel and pay the operators, provide the seedlings under a project called SCADEP then at the time. The local farmers into their cooperatives, then they give them portions of that for look after, for weed them and drive the board. When it is harvest time, they'll bring the harvester and harvest them for them, then give them. If they want now, they sell them to WFP. They want now, they eat them. They have not put a penny in it. Most of it is done by government. Well, you still find people difficultly, they no one for go do that again. But even when they're there, then they give them food for work. And for those who are now vulnerable people, then granny and then pardon we not able to work, then they give them vulnerability support because it's on our house in the villages. So the government don't really try. Unfortunately, we are not a welfare state and we don't have that kind of money for support everybody. But government don't start. They show people them how to be self-reliant. If we not grow with your own rice, we not grow with your own food, we'll never be truly independent, like our president say. Because now the person where they give you it, they sell it to, even if you are buying it, if you carry money, say another sell you, you become hungry. And when you're hungry, you become an angry man. And that anger, they go turn to government inside the country. Now that make it, they try for mitigate that tendency there for say, let we all go work. You see, we people, them, I always been, they tell you this parable. Where people then say, pandemne. They say, kata, makapayero tough, kapayero sin. That hand, we're not afraid for touch, dirty for work. It's not go tire for put it's 9 months. So you must work for the with them. You not go just sit down and eat, come out from heaven. I told you also about the picture when he still did it in Apotloko. Now the Human Rights Library, he did it, so he did it. I go there one day, I go get talk to the young people. Now I meet this picture of a young boy stretching his hands to heaven. I say, God, you promised me my daily bread. I'm waiting for it. I want it now. That was 10 years ago. That picture still did it. Nothing dropped. So it shows you clearly that yes, God will help you, but it will show you waiting for make you live. Like I always say, even the chicken that you have at home, them free range, as you left them, and then they go look for it and then they eat outside.
You agree with the people that we get the belief, say, the much talked about agriculture sector and the feed salon, government still need for do more because things that people they anticipate, say, with the feed salon, then go get up till now, they never forget them it.
In 1 year or 2 years even. You know, get them in 1 year or 2 years because the promise of feed salon, not to 1 year or 2 years. The promise of feed salon is 3 years.
But you don't begin see signs now.
You don't begin see them, but I just don't tell you. The rest people they eat today, before feed salon, it was 1 million a bag almost. Now 650. That is a big drop. 350,000 leons difference. Like they say, first day where they send for go buy half bag rest for Grand Pekin them. Now I give about 500,000 leons for me then go buy. One day when they go, then bring me back 150,000 change.
So now the feed salon make
the feed salon. Yes, that is the strategy. Yes, that is strategy.
So why the chief minister being constantly the whole negotiation with importer them?
Because it's all
part, them say bring the prices down.
That is part of Sierra Leone, part of feed salon. You bring food to feed us, but sell it at a reasonable price. Why were they able to bring the price down? Now because they overcharge people. And if it is responsible government not take action for make them look and analyze the cost element, the cost of delivery of a bag of rice, Nawataki, to a regional store from China, if they don't look at that and then put a margin on top of it, we're not for able. But when they look at all that, they say, the margin boku, well left. Then government say, but look, if you are making 300 to 400 leons a bag, give us the 200, remove it for the people. So they removed it. That's when it became 800 leons. But from that 800 leons now, the competition now from the feed salon input and from the other competition rising.
Competition in the market?
From among themselves. Because
the rest of them they go now, you know they're not the market, you know
accessible. The market, you know
if they save, if they are past the wall and they bring.
Yeah, you know they eat. Yeah, I just told you. Jasmine rice. Then the important, but they are past all rice because of the quality. Basmati rice, it did pass the ordinary rice because of the quality. Pusawar, it did pass fen because of the quality. So you pay for the quality. The quality of rice that we produce here. People in Guinea want it. People in Mali want it. Affluent people in Mali don't eat imported Chinese rice. They eat Wala rice, Loridi Pays from Sierra Leone. I swear to this day. They look for it. We don't. Because we don't have the luxury of looking for the expensive things because we don't have maybe we'll not develop the taste buds for that. But they developed it.
Apart from the rest, all other things them. Now you go to supermarket, pepper when they grow na sir.
No.
The habanero pepper when they grow.
No, we don't get habanero.
It's very expensive.
Wait
pepper.
Now?
Alhaji.
No. They ask you that now?
Yes, it is expensive.
That's not true. I just come offline. The pepper we come with share bokuti, then they beg people for buy them. Yes, I went into a village. My village, Wabunkani. They beg me for buy the pepper. Because the people don't buy it as much as they used to buy it. Because pepper don't come out boku this year. In fact, one of the produce time, they will come out boku this year. AM pumpkin. Oh yes. It's a good year for agriculture.
So why is still expensive?
Well, for you, something like the habanero we they eat. We will already eat that big pepper, how they call it, that big pepper and that Kabbalah pepper. They don't go down. Why you do eat habanero? Habanero not to Mexico come also. Ifao. That is it. It's big pepper. Yeah.
So back to the issue of the rest. If the feed salon agenda now for everybody eats, when it will be affordable for the one them way perhaps not get time for grow, but then still want for get money, the little money we then get, buy them and eat them. When you do foresee say it will be affordable?
By 2028, it will don't drop. The import will don't drop by 50%. By 2028, prices will don't drop by 30% or something like that. So it will become affordable. The more supply, the bigger the supply, the lower the prices if the demand remains the same. So that is why we are saying let everybody put in hand. Those who don't have land, we don't blame them. But if you really want for plant, you go to Mashakana and they give you land. Honestly. If you really want for plant, if na land no more you not get, and you want to plant, you get them.
Where they go give you the land?
The chiefs. They
So you can
they
walk
you for
now, any chief chief give you land.
Oh yes.
How is that even possible?
Then they lend you or you the lease. It's possible. Where do you want to plant now? They don't own the land, most of them. And they ask you, let me this land now. The land goes nowhere. You they work for them for one. Even let me say get farm now, 6 miles now. A lot of people they go there, but give me this portion, make I do granite. Give me this portion, that do abas, that do this. I do that. I don't ask them for anything because the land is lying fallow. They will ask you, they will allow you to do it. You can use the land. You will not own it, you won't take it away. But for that 6 months where they occupy them, then they give you. Maybe then go ask you for pay a small, then call a sakale pantemne, that is a small royalty. Or sometimes they just allow you to say, well, go work. You know, when you finish, now you go say, I pull 10 bag paper, look 1 bag for you. That kind of thing. It happens.
In terms of percentage, how much President they put into the Feed Salon initiative in terms of budget?
Good question. The Minister of Finance in his statement, you can put it back out there. He say before we were spending about 3% of our budget in agriculture. He said, but President Bill tell we say, let's try raise unto 8%. He said in 2024, we don't make a 6% already. So they are getting to the 8%, and 8% is a huge amount of money into agriculture. So that is a question I can answer comfortably because the Minister, Fantamari Bangura, he tell me there. But we can also see that things are really changing. The things are improving. The inflation rate last year, October, by now, is 56% inflation, according to World Bank figures, according to IMF figures. This year, it's 5.6%. It don't drop by 50%. And when you want to know how an economy is doing, they say, check the exchange rate, check the inflation rate. Those are the laws of economics. They are laws that are, they negotiate them. They couch them. They finger them. They are the ones that, it's like the laws of physics. When they say you send something up before for them, the law of gravity go make it for them. If you expect them to go up, it will not, because gravity not they allow you. So does the laws of economics. When you want to see how an economy is doing, check the exchange rate. Check the rate of inflation. Our rate of inflation fell in 1 year from 66% to 5.6%.
So now you can boldly say the Salon economy, they do well.
It's improving. It's not the best. It's improving. Better than it was last year. So it shows you that there's activity. So I want to make people there understand. Say government, they try. Government, they do everything possible. And President Bill is committed for improve the lives of Sierra Leoneans. That is his aim in this country.
So inside the 2 year way the Feed Salon don't take, what did you go say to critic? We go say he has not succeeded because 2 years down the line, when at the priority area under this President Bill in second term, people not able to afford the local rice because it's quite expensive.
Well, more people are affording the local rice now than before. Before, I just tell you, me know the talk from which I hear from the people who are in the field. Paramount Chief by Farmer Task the Fourth, Bubu Angbak, of Magbema Chiefdom, the rice bowl of the country. He say, last year this time, local rice, 60 kilo bag, now 1,200,000. He said today, now 900,000. So it's already a drop of 300.
Which is expensive.
Yes, but some people who couldn't afford, so those who could not afford it at 1.2 and can afford it at 900, now then they buy them. So it's coming down. But
the minimum wage, as soon as you buy rice, the money is finished.
Don't buy Wala rice with the minimum wage. Go buy the.
But you encourage people for eat waiting with the grown at Salon.
Yes, but we have not grown enough. for everybody to eat that at the affordable price. So now step by step, my dear. By the time we get to 2028, which is the target for Feed Salon, in fact, that critic they will go say he has not succeeded. I could tell and say he jumped the gun. Because they no fire the start gun yet. The start gun starts at 2028. Now 5 year demand give it. 2 years you begin Macam. It's like you went for say they go CGC. You did from 2 no more. You wait for this from 5, then begin mark your paper. That is wrong. It's unfair to you. So people when they do that, it's very unfair. May then give the man chance, then give the government chance for reach the end the way you give now. He said, this is a course that I'm going to take. A course of 5 years. I'll start from Form 1 till Form 5. When I mark me paper, you know, reach the 8. But as they go, assessments as it goes, it should say there's continuous improvement. Now, even the NPSE today, not to exam no more they sit, but every year they say bring the cast marks. That is the continuous assessment, whatever then they look at. So they see how you improve over the years until you get to NPSE. If they see you not be steady, progress person, this and that, and something wrong slightly on the exam, and we say, this person deserves this, and something go wrong. Or you go make big and say, hold this result, this person, something wrong, we say, I go get this big mark. That is what he's doing. And he is showing improvement every year. Improvement every year. It's better than nothing.
All right, many thanks. Alhaji Alpha Khan will join me this morning for can talk about the report of the 2-year Feed Salon program where His Excellency the President Bingogi Nakambia over the weekend, and also the $105 million livestock project where IFAD, the OPEC Fund, and the Islamic Development Bank they support. Well, now they end the breakfast show for today. Many thanks to the production team.
You don't give me last word, Seth. It's not nice. So, don't bring me there. Talk to me, people, yourself. Good morning, Sierra Leoneans. And I thank you for making a listen to me this morning. And I thank Liberty TV and these beautiful young ladies who interview me. Make I tell you now, when I say the celebration was a success in Cambia. We tell the people of Cambia thank you, and we really appreciate President Bill. We carry this one going at the Northwest, which is the rice bowl of the country. Let we all go work, just like the President say, it is showing opportunities. There are rural banks. There's a rural bank in every chiefdom. Every chiefdom, and I even have the map here. Every chiefdom get rural bank. You go there, you want to do agriculture, you go see how you go able for get money. Look, this is the map there. This map. All the rural banks in the country did it. No chiefdom, no they will not get. And this now for agriculture, supported by IFAD and the World Bank. So then they give us small loans, but cheap rates and all that. And another fellow now for say, how they call and say inti. It is not an inti situation. This is government controlled, assessed and all that. So thank you very much, my people. Them we go meet again. And then we go talk to NATCA. I really the vex for the increase of the data and all that kind of thing. I know it's unfair. Mr. Go for good. I'll go talk to NATCA because really the mobile company are so now breeze and they sell and we on breeze. So they're not beginning to check the ASAP because the two way me they buy 60 Leon trade and 100 Leon. What happened? Who said the breeze in price don't increase? Would they go meet them? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Adrian, with this morning for talking about the Feed Salon 2-year report of His Excellency the President. We're now there, the breakfast show for today. Many thanks to the production team, Princess Spears, we produced the program, and also Samuel Thomas, we give technical support. Mina Khadija Bangwadi say, have a good day.
All right, till we meet again, may welcome to get a good day and stay safe.